Welcome back, everyone. I'm thrilled to have you here today as we explore one of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting, a topic that combines history, artistry, and sometimes mind-blowing value. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the Liberty I dime 1967 from the United States, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance but has the potential to be worth an astonishing $105 million under certain rare conditions. While most dimes from this era are common and worth only a fraction of their face value, certain 1967 dimes possess errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and other unusual characteristics that make them incredibly rare and extremely valuable to collectors and investors alike. The Lincoln dime has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1946. This coin was created to honor Abraham Lincoln, one of the United States' most revered presidents, and it has featured his profile on the obverse ever since. By 1967, the dime had already established itself as an iconic piece of American currency. Its reverse design features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Millions of these coins were minted, yet hidden among them are extraordinary examples that have captured the attention of collectors around the world. The incredible value of certain 1967 dimes is primarily due to rare errors and anomalies that occurred during the minting process. To understand why these coins can be worth millions, it's important to examine how coins are made. Coins are struck by pressing a blank metal disc, called a planchet, between two engraved dies under enormous pressure. While the minting process is highly precise, it is not immune to human error, mechanical failures, or inconsistencies in materials. These mistakes can result in coins with unique features, and when preserved in exceptional condition, such coins can reach astronomical values. One of the most highly sought-after types of errors is the doubled die. This occurs when the die itself, which transfers the design onto the coin, receives misaligned impressions during its creation. On a 1967 dime, doubling can appear in the date, the word Liberty, or even Abraham Lincoln's profile. Coins with clear and prominent doubled dies are extremely rare and highly valued by collectors. The more noticeable the doubling, the more sought after the coin becomes, often commanding a premium that far exceeds typical market prices. Off-metal strikes are another major contributor to the coin's value. While dimes are typically struck on a copper-nickel-clad planchet, mistakes can occur, causing the coin to be struck on the wrong type of metal. For instance, a 1967 dime struck on a planchet intended for a penny or a nickel would be exceptionally rare. These off-metal coins are highly prized because they are one-of-a-kind anomalies that combine rarity, historical intrigue, and a unique visual appearance, making them extremely valuable to collectors. Planchet errors themselves are another fascinating aspect of coin collecting. These include clipped planchets, incomplete planchets, lamination flaws, or improperly mixed metals. A clipped planchet occurs when the blank coin is improperly cut, leaving part of the coin missing. While minor clipped planchets may occur with some regularity, large or well-preserved examples are exceedingly rare and can be worth millions. Lamination flaws, where layers of metal separate or peel away, also add value, especially if the coin retains its original luster and detail. Mint mark anomalies are another significant factor in determining the value of the 1967 Liberty I dime. The mint mark, usually located near the date or on the reverse of the coin, indicates where the coin was struck. Errors involving mint marks can include missing mint marks, doubled mint marks, repunched mint marks, or misaligned mint marks. Even subtle irregularities in the mint mark can drastically increase a coin's desirability. Collectors prize these coins not only for their rarity but also because they demonstrate the human element in the minting process. Die cracks, cuds, and die breaks are additional anomalies that enhance the value of a 1967 dime. Dies wear down naturally after striking millions of coins, and cracks or breaks can occur during production. Coins struck from damaged dies may exhibit raised lines, lumps, or missing sections where the die has fractured. A cud, where a portion of the die breaks away entirely, produces a raised area on the coin and is highly sought after due to its uniqueness. These features also offer insight into the minting process, making them historically significant as well as valuable. Off-center strikes and broad strikes further contribute to a coin's rarity and value. An off-center strike occurs when a coin is misaligned during the strike, causing part of the design to be cut off or missing. Minor off-center strikes are more common, but d. My great history lovers, now, we are exploring the Liberty 1 dime 1968 from the United States, a coin that might look ordinary in your hand but has the potential to be worth an astonishing $104 million under certain rare circumstances. While most dimes from 1968 are common and circulate widely, certain specimens with errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and other unique characteristics are highly sought after, capturing the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. The Lincoln dime has been a symbol of American coinage since 1946, introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln, one of the country's most revered presidents. Featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, the design is not just iconic but also rich in symbolism, representing liberty, peace, and strength. By 1968, millions of these dimes had been struck at mints across the country, yet among these millions lie exceptional examples that are extremely rare and incredibly valuable to the right collector. The value of the 1968 Liberty 1 dime is largely due to unusual errors and anomalies that occurred during the minting process. To understand why some of these dimes are worth millions, we need to explore the minting process. Coins are created by pressing a metal planchet between two dies under immense pressure. While this process is highly precise, it is not infallible. Mechanical misalignments, human errors, or imperfections in materials can all produce anomalies. When these errors are preserved, particularly in pristine condition, the coins can achieve astonishing valuations. One of the most sought-after error types is the doubled die. This occurs when the die itself receives misaligned impressions, producing noticeable doubling in certain design elements. On a 1968 dime, doubling might appear in the date, in the word Liberty, or even along Lincoln's profile. Coins with prominent doubled dies are extremely rare, and the more noticeable the doubling, the higher the value. Collectors prize these coins for their uniqueness and the fascinating glimpse they provide into minting processes. Off-metal strikes are another significant contributor to a coin's value. While dimes are typically struck on a copper nickel-clad planchet, occasionally errors occur where the wrong metal is used. A 1968 dime struck on a planchet intended for a penny or another denomination would be incredibly rare. These coins are visually striking and extremely valuable because they are essentially one-of-a-kind anomalies that demonstrate the unpredictable nature of the minting process. Planchet errors, including clipped planchets, incomplete planchets, and lamination flaws, also enhance value. Clipped planchets occur when the blank coin is improperly cut, leaving part of the coin missing. Lamination flaws, where layers of metal separate or peel, can create unique textures or patterns. In rare instances, these anomalies can make a 1968 dime worth millions. Collectors especially value examples that retain their original luster and show minimal wear. Mint mark anomalies are another major factor. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced and is typically located near the date or on the reverse. Errors involving mint marks include missing mint marks, doubled mint marks, repunched mint marks, or misaligned marks. Even subtle irregularities can dramatically increase a coin's value. Coins with these features are fascinating because they combine rarity, historical context, and technical quirks in one collectible piece. Die cracks, cuds, and die breaks further contribute to a coin's rarity. Dies naturally wear out after striking millions of coins, and cracks or breaks can occur. A die crack produces raised lines on the coin's surface, while a cud where a portion of the die breaks off creates a raised, unplanned area. Coins exhibiting these characteristics are highly prized, not only for their rarity but also for the insight they provide into the minting process. Collectors and numismatists study these features closely to understand how the coins were made and to verify authenticity. Off-center strikes and broad strikes are among the most visually striking errors. An off-center strike happens when a coin is misaligned during the strike, causing part of the design to be cut off. Minor off-center strikes are relatively common, but dramatic examples where the date and mint mark remain intact are exceedingly rare and valuable. Broad strikes occur when a coin is struck without a retaining collar, causing it to expand beyond its normal diameter. These errors are not only rare but visually unique, making them highly desirable among collectors. The condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. Even a rare error will command far less if the coin is worn, corroded, or cleaned improperly. Pristine coins with full luster and sharp details are significantly more valuable. Professional grading services like. Dear friends, I'm so excited you've joined me today for an incredible journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, where history, artistry, and immense value converge in something as small as a single dime. We're going to explore the Liberty 1 dime 1983p from the United States, a coin that may seem ordinary to most people, yet under the right circumstances, can be valued at an astonishing $91 million. While millions of 1983p dimes were produced for everyday circulation, there exist certain coins with extraordinary characteristics, errors, mistakes, and mint mark anomalies that make them rare treasures for collectors and investors alike. Understanding what makes these coins so valuable requires diving deep into the history of the Lincoln dime, the intricacies of the minting process, and the unique possibilities that create these one-of-a-kind collectibles. The Lincoln dime has been a mainstay of American coinage since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. By 1983, the Lincoln dime was a well-established part of American currency, widely recognized and deeply tied to history. Its design carries not only aesthetic appeal but also symbolic meaning: liberty, peace, and strength. However, what makes certain 1983p dimes extraordinarily valuable are the imperfections and anomalies that occurred during production, which transform a common coin into a rare collectible worth millions. To fully appreciate the value of a rare 1983p dime, it's essential to understand the minting process. Coins begin as blank metal discs, known as planchets, which are carefully weighed and cut to precise dimensions. These planchets are then struck between two dies, engraved with the coin's design, under tremendous pressure. While this process is highly controlled, the sheer scale of production, millions of coins each year, means that mistakes can and do occur. Some errors are minor, having little impact on value, but others are rare, dramatic, and highly prized by collectors. One of the most famous types of mint errors is the doubled die. This occurs when the die itself receives misaligned impressions, causing design elements to appear doubled on the finished coin. For the 1983p dime, doubling may appear in the date, the word liberty, or even in Lincoln's portrait. Coins exhibiting significant doubling are rare and highly desirable because they represent a mistake that cannot be replicated, making each coin unique. The exact type of doubling, the prominence of the doubling, and the location on the coin can all impact its value dramatically. Another major factor in the value of a rare 1983p dime is off-metal strikes. Normally, dimes are struck on copper nickel-clad planchets, but occasionally, a planchet meant for a different coin or even a different metal is used. This can result in coins that are visually distinct and extremely rare. For example, a dime struck on a planchet intended for a penny or a nickel creates a coin that is both unusual in appearance and exceedingly scarce, which significantly increases its market value. Collectors prize such anomalies because they are essentially one-of-a-kind errors that cannot be intentionally reproduced. Planchet errors also play a key role in the valuation of rare coins. These include clipped planchets, incomplete planchets, and lamination flaws. A clipped planchet occurs when the blank coin is improperly cut, leaving a portion missing and creating an unusual shape. Incomplete planchets, on the other hand, are planchets that were not fully formed or improperly prepared before striking. Lamination flaws occur when layers of metal in the planchet separate or peel, resulting in a distinct texture or appearance. Each of these anomalies contributes to rarity and collector interest, particularly when the coin retains full luster and sharp details. Mint mark anomalies are another critical factor. The mint mark indicates where a coin was produced, with the P mint mark signifying the Philadelphia Mint for the 1983 dime. Errors can include missing mint marks, repunched mint marks, doubled mint marks, or misaligned mint marks. Even subtle irregularities in the mint mark can transform a dime from ordinary to highly collectible. Because mint mark anomalies are relatively rare, coins exhibiting them are in high demand among serious collectors, further increasing their value. Die cracks, die breaks, and cuds also significantly enhance a coin's value. Dies naturally wear down after striking millions of coins, and small cracks or breaks can appear. A die crack results in raised lines on the coin's surface, while a cud, caused by a piece of the die breaking off, produces an unusual raised area. Collectors prize these imperfections for their rarity and for the story they tell about the coin's creation. Coins with prominent die anomalies are often much more valuable than standard circle. My dear friends, now we're going to explore the Liberty 1 dime 1995p from the United States, a coin that may seem ordinary to most, yet under the right circumstances can be worth an astounding $86 million. While millions of 1995p dimes were produced for everyday circulation, there exist extraordinary coins with unique errors, mistakes, and mint mark anomalies that make them extremely valuable to collectors and investors alike. Understanding what makes this coin so valuable requires examining the history of the Lincoln dime, the minting process, and the specific possibilities that can transform an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar collectible. The Lincoln dime has been a mainstay of American coinage since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. By 1995, this design had become one of the most recognized and respected images in the United States, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. While most dimes are ordinary and pass unnoticed in everyday transactions, certain anomalies, errors, or variations from the standard production can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. The 1995p dime is one such example, particularly when it exhibits rare features or errors. To truly appreciate the value of a rare 1995p dime, it's crucial to understand the minting process. Coins begin as blank metal discs called planchets, which are carefully measured, cut, and polished. These planchets are then struck between two engraved dies under immense pressure, imprinting the coin's design onto the metal. Despite the high degree of precision, errors can occur during this process, especially considering the millions of coins produced each year. While most errors are minor and have little impact on value, certain mistakes are rare, dramatic, and highly sought after by collectors. These errors can increase the value of a dime from its face value of 10 cents to millions of dollars. One of the most notable types of errors that can make a 1995p dime extraordinarily valuable is the double die. A double die occurs when the die itself is misaligned or receives multiple impressions during preparation, causing design elements to appear doubled on the finished coin. In the 1995p dime, this doubling may appear on the date, the word Liberty, or even within Lincoln's profile. Coins exhibiting significant doubling are incredibly rare and highly prized because each one is unique, representing a mistake that cannot be replicated. The exact type of doubling, its prominence, and location on the coin all significantly influence the coin's value. Off-metal strikes are another factor that can greatly increase the value of a 1995p dime. Normally, dimes are struck on copper nickel-clad planchets, but occasionally, a planchet intended for a different denomination or even a different metal is used by accident. For instance, a dime struck on a planchet intended for a penny or a nickel becomes an off-metal strike and is instantly valuable due to its rarity. These errors are highly sought after because they create visually unique coins that collectors prize, and the scarcity of such errors can elevate their market value into the millions. Planchet errors also play a significant role in the rarity and value of coins like the 1995p dime. Clipped planchets, incomplete planchets, and lamination flaws are examples of mistakes that can occur during the preparation of coin blanks. A clipped planchet occurs when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving part of the coin missing and creating an unusual shape. Incomplete planchets may not have the full composition or weight required, resulting in an unusual strike. Lamination flaws happen when layers of the metal separate or peel, creating distinctive textures or raised areas on the coin. These planchet errors are rare and highly collectible, particularly when the coin retains sharp details and original luster. Mint mark anomalies are another critical factor in determining the value of a rare coin. The 1995p dime bears the P mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Errors can occur such as missing mint marks, repunched mint marks, or misaligned marks. Even small irregularities in the mint mark can dramatically increase a coin's value because such errors are rare. Coins with verified mint mark anomalies are highly sought after by collectors and can easily command prices far above their normal market value. Die cracks, die breaks, and cuds also significantly contribute to the valuation of rare coins. Dies wear down naturally after striking millions of coins, sometimes resulting in cracks or breaks that transfer to the coin. Die cracks create raised lines on the surface of the coin, while a cud, caused by a piece of the die breaking off, produces an unusual raised area. Collectors prize these features for their rarity and for the story they tell about the coin's product. Now, we're going to explore the Liberty 1 dime 1998p from the United States, a coin that, at first glance, may appear ordinary, yet has the potential to be worth an astounding $84 million under the right circumstances. While millions of these dimes were produced for circulation, certain unique errors, mint mistakes, and anomalies can transform this everyday coin into one of the most sought-after collectibles in modern numismatics. Understanding why this coin is so valuable requires examining the rich history of the Lincoln dime, the detailed minting process, and the extraordinary possibilities that can elevate its worth far beyond its 10-cent face value. The Lincoln dime has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. Over the decades, this design has become a symbol of liberty, perseverance, and the rich history of the United States. By 1998, the Lincoln dime had firmly established itself as one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. Yet, despite its commonality, certain coins like the 1998p hold the potential to command extraordinary value due to rare errors or anomalies. These deviations from the standard minting process are what make some coins so highly prized by collectors and investors. To fully appreciate the value of a rare 1998p dime, it's essential to understand the minting process. Coins begin as blank metal discs called planchets, which are carefully measured, polished, and prepared for striking. The dies, engraved with intricate designs, are then pressed against the planchets under immense pressure, imprinting the coin's imagery and inscriptions. While the process is highly precise, errors can and do occur, particularly when millions of coins are produced in a single year. Most errors are minor and hold little value, but certain mistakes are exceedingly rare, visually striking, and highly sought after by collectors, often pushing the coin's market value into the millions. One of the most significant and well-known errors that can make a 1998p dime exceptionally valuable is the doubled die. This occurs when a die itself is misaligned or struck multiple times during preparation, resulting in design elements appearing doubled on the finished coin. For the 1998p dime, this doubling might be visible on the date, the word Liberty, or even within Lincoln's profile. Coins exhibiting prominent double die errors are extremely rare, with each example being unique, representing a minting anomaly that cannot be exactly replicated. The prominence, location, and type of doubling play a major role in determining the coin's ultimate value. A highly visible double die 1998p dime can easily reach tens of millions of dollars due to its rarity and desirability. Off-metal strikes are another remarkable anomaly that can significantly elevate a coin's value. While dimes are typically struck on copper nickel-clad planchets, there have been rare instances where a planchet intended for another denomination or metal type was used by accident. For example, a 1998p dime struck on a planchet intended for a penny or a nickel becomes an extraordinary off-metal strike, instantly drawing the attention of collectors. These coins are extremely rare because they represent a one-time anomaly in the minting process, making them both visually unique and highly valuable. Collectors will pay premium prices for verified off-metal strikes, often far exceeding conventional market expectations. Planchet errors are another fascinating aspect of numismatics that can dramatically affect a coin's value. Examples include clipped planchets, incomplete planchets, and lamination flaws. A clipped planchet occurs when the blank metal disc is improperly cut, leaving part of the coin missing and creating an irregular shape. Incomplete planchets may lack proper composition or weight, resulting in an unusual strike, while lamination flaws occur when layers of metal separate, creating unique textures or raised areas. These errors are particularly prized when they maintain sharp details and original luster, as they highlight the unpredictability of the minting process. The 1998p dime, when exhibiting such anomalies, can easily command a market value far above its face value. Mint mark anomalies are another key factor in the valuation of rare coins. The 1998p dime bears the P mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Errors such as missing mint marks, repunched mint marks, or misaligned mint marks can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Even subtle irregularities in the placement or appearance of the mint mark can dramatically increase a coin's value, because verified mint mark errors are exceedingly rare and highly sought after in the numismatic community. Coins with these anomalies not only command higher market prices but also carry